Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I do hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video, and this one's concentrating on the Dubai Landmarks pack by Orbx. Been out for quite a while, but recently I picked this up on sale, and Xbox users rejoice. I'm actually flying this and installed it on my Series S, and I've got to say I'm quite impressed with it. So I'm going to give you my overall thoughts of this package on the Series S, so the Xbox console specifically, and whether I think you should buy it. Like I said, I got it on sale. I actually got it on sale for just over £4, so an absolute bargain. I think generally your full price is around £6, so either way it's not a lot of money. But let me give you my thoughts in this video. So, let's get into it. So as always, when I'm reviewing add-on packages, especially scenery packages, I like to give you the default comparison first. So I'm in the default Dubai, as you'll find in the sim. And if you don't have the add-on pack installed, it's probably what you're all pretty familiar with. You see a couple of buildings in the distance there, nothing much at this point though. All looks a bit flat at the moment. Or unfilled, shall we say. Just get up to speed here. And we'll take off. And then just trim up for a bit of altitude, which is fine. And we'll just gradually, there we are. Pop outside. And already you probably start to see a lot of just default buildings just thrown around. Let's just stay in the outside view there. A lot of default buildings. There's a few buildings around the airport terminal there. Coming up here, you just got this whole stack of default, like flats, apartment blocks, basically, just thrown in there, with very little variation, I've noticed. Not very inspiring, flying from Dubai International. To our left there, we should start to see a lot of build-up of the city, main downtown Dubai. We don't with the default, not yet. It's just to our left there. Well, let me just concentrate on this part first. Look, just default building after default building thrown in there. It gives the sense of a built-up area somewhat, but very little variation. Apart from the airport's buildings there, terminal. Very little variation. There's a little bit here, a little bit of variation there. The rest of it's just very bland and default, to be honest. Let's fly now. Now you can start to see a little bit of the built-up area as we come to our left there. It's kind of a little bit of popping, I've noticed. This may just be a Series S situation, or occurrence, shall we say. But I've noticed, as I'll show you later with the add-on pack installed, you don't get that kind of popping that happens here. Let me just make sure I've got my aircraft configured before I start messing around outside. That will do. I don't know. It just feels like it's not filled in enough, like there's features missing, and that you just got a lot of these default blocks and building types leading up to it. And it spoils the whole experience for me. Even the islands there, the little islands leading out from the main city, it doesn't look very inspiring, does it? Let's now fly towards the main bulk here. When I saw this, actually, when I flew in Dubai, and some people were raving about the default Dubai, I was thinking, oh, it doesn't inspire me at all. There's very few flight simulators generally, even with some add-on packs in Dubai, that are inspiring to me. I just fly over it thinking, oh, it just looks bland. It just looks like half the city is missing somehow. Now, like I said, this is on the Series S. I did try this on my PC. I don't have the Dubai landmarks on PC as well. And I got the same impression. I mean, where's the Burj Khalifa there? It should be coming up. That's like the world's tallest building. And you can't see it. Okay, we'll just fly on a little bit more. Like, I mean, look at that. Default types. That could be anywhere in the world. They've made no real attempts with the default Dubai to make it really look like Dubai. There may be one or two buildings. I'm having difficulty spotting them, to be honest. Like I say, even though those islands are very, very uninspiring. Very uninspiring. As you fly around, there's nothing really in the distance there. Take note in the far distance. When I install the landmark packs, you'll see a difference there. Where is the Burj Khalifa? Is it going to pop in suddenly? Nothing to do with the internet speed here. I do have a decent speed. Certainly decent enough to spawn in the buildings by now. And as you'll see when I install the landmarks pack, you get a very different experience. I'll just fly around this a little bit more, see if something pops in or something. It's just not very inspiring. Look, those city types, that could be New York, anywhere else. I mean, aside from the sort of barren deserts and the brown. The buildings themselves, though, it could be pretty much anywhere in the world. Yeah, and it just completely did not make me feel like I was flying around Dubai. Even the roads there don't look very inspiring. Let's just do a quick fly around. Better trim up a little bit there. See that I'm heading towards the Earth. Or the desert, which is not good. Ugh. Well, listen, that's the default Dubai. I've trimmed up too far there. Let's just get back in the cockpit just to see what's happening and just trim. Wouldn't recommend flying around the default area of Dubai. You're going to find it most, if you're like me, most uninspiring. It's got a sort of deserty feel to it. I guess you could say a Middle Eastern feel to it. And there's a couple of areas that might look touched up a little bit, but nothing significant there. Not very inspiring at all. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll now switch to the Orbx Dubai Landmarks pack, and let's see if there's a difference with that. Okay, so on to the Dubai Landmarks pack. So we're starting off at Dubai International again. Now, we'll just get up in the air first before we start to see a difference. Already on the ground. It's starting to look more filled out, as you'd expect, with a landmark pack. Let's just get up into the air gently. Come on. Had to coax this one up a little bit. That's fine. And we'll just trim up for a little bit of altitude. So initially, just looks like it's flowing. A sort of more natural flow to the building structures, rather than just having... You still got a fair few default structures in there. I mean, Orbx packs tend to fill out the gaps, but they still... You still get some default buildings, but I feel like a lot less. That looks a lot more, or want of a better word, a lot more natural. I mean, look at this coming up. The main downtown Dubai from that distance. Stunning. But even here, looks like it's got a more natural flow, let's just say, to the buildings ahead of us there. To our left and right. Like I said, just to be fair, a few default building types thrown in there. But also a fair few bespoke. Different size, it just feels more of a natural flow. to the sorts of surrounding areas next to the airport there. Let's really just throttle back and bring us down for a sort of steady altitude. Yeah, I mean, look, you can start to see. Now, Dubai in itself, of course, sort of a desert landscape, a barren landscape in many ways. Obviously, the city itself is more filled in. That just feels more realistic, to be honest. I'm a huge fan of the DCS Persian Gulf region, which concentrates on Dubai specifically. Huge fan of that. I didn't feel any flight sim up to this point, any sort of scenery packs in flight sim did Dubai justice. This one certainly does. I mean, look at that. It's got a more natural, built-up, certainly city feel, whilst retaining the feel of that sort of arid desert city landscape of Dubai and its surrounding areas. I mean, look, even in the distance there, the little islands, and goodness knows what, just have a more natural look to them. Let me just get in. We'll head towards the Burj Khalifa, of course, the world's tallest building at over 2,700 feet. Even coming up to it, there's a lot more bespoke buildings there than you'll find in the default. And it just doesn't... Orbx packs don't just tend to concentrate on the main sorts of downtown areas. I've been flying along this for the past day or so. Sort of different routes, even to the outskirts there. You can see the buildings way in the distance. And there's always more to discover with Orbx pack. They don't just concentrate on the main downtown. Although they make more of an emphasis. So a lot of the main sort of bespoke buildings and added buildings are going to be in the centre like this. Doesn't that look sensational? Even the sort of... the less built up areas here just have a better flow to them. More realistic flow. Now it's actually a pleasure to fly in downtown Dubai. Or Dubai region in general. Like I said, if you fly out a little bit further, you're going to find more surprises. And the flow and... I mean, look at that. Absolutely sensational. Absolutely sensational. Get some magnificent screenshots there. The best Dubai I've seen in the sim. Now, you may be lucky and then able to pick this up, like I did, on sale for, I think it was something like 30% off, so just over £4 for this package, which is the absolute bargain. Even at full retail, full price, £6. You can't go wrong with that. You know, it's you might be able to get a pint in a pub for that. Or a glass of wine or whatever you're drinking. As you go on, like I said, as you go on to flight in other areas, it just keeps going. And as you can see, even the areas outside of the built-up area, so the built-up main downtown, Orbx has added to them. They've added more a natural flow and more an organic feel to the city, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So listen, for me, another huge recommendation. You can't really go wrong, it seems, with the Orbx packs. They always seem to add that little bit extra. And it's just absolutely wonderful to see. Let me just reset my cockpit view. Apologies for popping in and out. Absolute recommendation from me. I'll be interested to know your thoughts. Do you have this pack? Look at that building there. Incredible. The uniqueness and even the roads there, and goodness knows what, they seem to be more enhanced with this add-on pack, this landmark pack. Do you have this pack? What do you think of it? It's been out for quite a while. Do let me know your thoughts if you haven't grabbed it on the Xbox consoles. Like I said, I'm flying this on the Series S. I have to pinch myself thinking, is this the Series S or PC? It looks that good. But do let me know your thoughts below. Subscribe for more videos, more of these types and other types of flight sim videos on their way. Wow. And I'll see you soon.